So we've had a request here to learn more about how to hit a bunker shot. So this video is going to talk about the basics of a bunker shot. I'm going to do another video or two about some more complexities and giving some more context to hitting better shots in different situations. So where do we start? Well, width of stance needs to be, I'd say, driver width. We want it a bit wider, and that's because we're trying to hit a higher shot. Anytime we're trying to hit the ball higher, we want to get wider base and probably a little lower. Okay, so maybe a little squat in there, and I'll show you something in how we can do that as well. We want the ball position in the front of the stance, okay, off the left heel. Again, there's not going to be much explanation to this video. It's more going to be just show and tell, okay. The bunker shot is different to nearly any other shot where we're actually not hitting the ball. We're hitting the sand first, the club goes under the ball, and then it comes out the other side. We're not actually hitting the ball, okay. So we want the ball off the front left heel. We also want our pressure in the left heel where the ball is. Now you'd think, okay, well that's too far forward. I need to have my pressure where I'm coming into the sand. I don't believe that. I think that it's got to be on the ball, because what we do is we get our feet shimmied into the sand, okay. That allows our low point to drop, okay. And we want the bottom of, like I said to you, bottom of the arc to be under the ball, and the best way we do that is by actually getting our pressure where the ball is. We've lowered our feet now, so we will come into the ball a bit earlier, okay. So again, we're going to put a line 2 to 3 inches behind it, and what we're actually doing here, you know, you can do this 2-line drill, which I'm sure you've seen before, where you enter the first line and then you hit the ball is a representation of where the second line on the left is where the ball is, and then you come out the other side. So effectively you could draw 3 lines, or you're effectively taking out what is a dollar bill, you know, a rectangle where the ball is in the middle of that rectangle. I think what people get wrong is that you've got to have your pressure where the ball is, okay. To help you get a little lower, a good little drill is just putting your left hand on your left knee by squatting down to it, and this is going to give you the right sort of level that you need to be at. Okay, well, also that's going to help us get our handle a little lower. Okay, that's going to also increase loft. So what do we do from here? We've got the wide stance, we've got the ball position right, we've got the weight forward. We open the club. Now what does this do? Again, it gives us loft and it increases bounce, which effectively is going to allow the wedge to work more effectively through the sand when it hits the sand. Okay, from this position we don't want to see the handle too far forward. In a normal bunker, fluffy sand, we want the handle pretty centered or a little back, okay? Again, fulfilling the use of the back of the sole, i.e. the bounce, okay? You may have heard that term before. We want to avoid leading edge, which would be having the face too square and the handle too forward, okay? So we've got it a little open and the shaft in the middle, let's say. Pressure where the ball is. Now, to make sure that we get this ball out, we've got to have speed. How do we create speed? We create speed through length of swing, okay? So we can't have something that's too short, quarter of the way back like a chip, and no less than half. Half might be okay if you manage to create speed with the arms and the hands, which we'll go into next. But yes, definitely a longer swing, okay? That's going to create momentum. That's also going to give you the time and not feel too rushed. The other way is by using your hands. Generally, you'll see a lot of tips in a bunker. Hinge a bit more and unhinge, okay? That creates speed in the club head. If I don't hinge, that club head is going at the same speed as my arms. But if I manage to hinge it, now this club head is going a lot faster. But what it also does, when you hinge it, you're taking the loft off. If I then came through like this, it's going to dig a lot. It's going to come in steep. Shaft is forward. It's going to take off loft as well. What we want to do is we want to hinge it and then unhinge it, and if we unhinge it, we will manage to get that club back to where we started it, okay, with speed. So that's basically the main fundamentals of a bunker shot, okay? Weight forward, open the club, shimmy in the sand, good full swing, unloading that right wrist, basically scooping it, keeping the pressure left. And practice coming into that line, okay, with your pressure a little ahead of it, okay? See how you get on.